Welcome back to NTD Good Morning. I'm Stephanie Cox. Is it all or nothing when it comes to eating organic? Next, we'll be speaking with a nutritionist about how to prioritize your organic food choices to make that all much more possible. Sheridan Genrich, welcome. Good to have you with us. First, let's take a look at the trends around organic eating. U.S. organic sales actually reached a record $71.6 billion last year. That's an increase of 5.2% from the year before. So that's looking pretty good for organic food. But why are more people choosing organic when it does cost more and people are still feeling their belts tightening in terms of their own budgets at this time?
Yeah, good morning, Steph. Well, the main reason a lot of people, this is a really billion-dollar industry that's growing and it's getting bigger. The main reason is for the health reasons and also the taste. You know, often people find that the taste is better, but avoiding harmful pesticides found in conventional fruits and vegetables, grains, and definitely in packaged processed foods that have these grains is one of the main reasons people are concerned. For animal products, then you've got the synthetic hormones, antibiotics, and genetically engineered ingredients. And in the ideal world, yeah, we could all choose to have organic fruits and vegetables and foods, but it's just not realistic. The budget for many people prohibits buying all your foods organic. So I'm here to help you prioritize those choices today.
I love the sound of that. Okay, Sheridan, let's get right into it. What should you buy organic if you really have to make that choice?
Well, I would start with looking at fruits and vegetables because the primary part of our diet should definitely be mostly vegetables. And there's something by the non-profit group Environmental Working Group, and they have something called the Clean 15 and the Dirty Dozen. It's a yearly list. And from that, I would look at frozen vegetables that you could store, so you've always got them on hand, and looking at things that you will actually eat. So even if something is on the Dirty Dozen and it's only $1 more, maybe it's green beans, kale, spinach, they're really high in the pesticide residues. So if you do eat those foods, you definitely really want to buy them organic. Then there's the berries, strawberries and blueberries, really high pesticide residues as well. So those I would prioritize buying frozen and often not much more, or buying them in season and then storing them in your freezer if you don't use them all up. And then looking at the Clean 15 list would be things that, again, you would not necessarily have to buy organic if they're more expensive because they're already having lower pesticide residues in them. That would be like avocado, cauliflower, onions, and even things that you may not necessarily eat much of, like papaya. But if it's really not something you're going to eat, then just prioritize from that list about what you will actually have and you'll enjoy with your family.
Right, Clean 15, Dirty Dozen, there are some great resources out there for making those decisions. What about if you're not only buying organic? Aside from that, how can people make healthier food choices on a budget?
Yeah, looking at buying in bulk, maybe growing some of your own herbs and vegetables in your garden or in your home. If that's not realistic, then going to your local farmers market and talking to the farmers and finding out what kind of farming practices they have, because some of them just can't afford the cost of organic certification. And then there's a lot of paperwork and checks that go on with that as well. So connecting with your local market and buying seasonal and local is really a good place to start. Then looking at just simple swaps like organic oats. I wouldn't recommend regular conventional oats and wheat because they are very high in glyphosate in a lot of tests. So things like that, it's just prioritizing rather than feeling like you have to have everything in organic.
Information is power. And just for clarity there, glyphosate comes from pesticides. Is that what you're outlining here?
It's the herbicide that is actually used for growing the crops to prevent the bugs from eating the crops. But then the reason oats and wheat are even higher in glyphosate is because at the end of when they kill the plant and they want to get the oats and the wheat off it, they're actually desiccating it. So it's drying out the crop to make it easier for storage. And that is why those grains are really high in glyphosate, because they're not only used for the growing, but also at the end to dry them out as well.
Okay. And I know you mentioned freezing vegetables as an option. You can also buy vegetables. People say that's a good fresh approach as well, because it often gets frozen right after it's picked. But we've just got about 30 seconds yet left. What final tips do you have for choosing affordable, healthy foods?
Yeah, well, so definitely start with your frozen greens and your frozen berries, just so you've always got stock on hand. You may end up saving yourself money if you've got your freezers stocked with healthy foods, and you might not find them costing as much as well. And looking at less processed food, that's going to be a way to save you money as well, because processed food we actually pay a lot for and then take out as well. So just more cooking at home gives you more control over how much pesticide level you're putting in and avoiding. And it's an investment for your family and for your own health as well.
Taking the long range view, and it can be quite delicious too. I think we can all agree. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Sheridan Genrich. Good to speak with you.
Thank you, Steph.